Hello there, this is Gabby from Macy's.
Hi.
How are you?
So random. Good. How are you?
No, so crazy.
It's very fun to be doing this.
I know. How are you doing?
Good, good. Staying
Good.
busy, as are you, clearly.
Yes, I'm trying.
How has this press tour been going so
You
far?
listen, it's good. I've been going all morning, so I've been up since 4 a.m. So
Nice. That's
it's
how it should be.
it's been moving.
Yeah, good. All right. Well, I'm gonna put on my reporter voice and
Let's do it.
let's do it. But yeah, so first off, Nina, congratulations. Obviously, longtime friend, co-workers.
Oh, thank
I
you,
just am
Brian.
very happy to see where you are now and what you're doing. And
Thank
this
you.
line is just amazing. So congrats.
Thank you. Thank you so much. And I'm like still a little in shock. So it's definitely a little surreal.
Yeah. And I mean, to be the first Black woman to have her own plus size line with Macy's, just hearing that out loud as part of, the big marketing push, how does that make you feel?
It's so crazy. So I want to be clear that Macy's has worked with plus size Black women before in brands, but this is the first exclusive line developed specifically for Macy's and strictly just a plus line developed for Macy's for the line. So definitely all due respect to everybody who came before me, and just looking to move these exclusive items into that space has been so such like a class, because I didn't initially start my career in fashion or even care really about fashion for a long time because I didn't feel like fashion cared about me. So,
Mm.
when I realized that there's like fashion is not one thing, like it doesn't always mean runway and couture. When I realized like, okay, there's all different kinds of street fashion, there's all these different things that you can do. It really, really opened up my mind to what would be available.
And I know, when the line was first revealed, you said you're tired of trying to make things work for you. And that kind of goes with what you just said,
Oops,
you
sorry
don't
about
feel like, oh, it's all good.
that. Okay, sorry about that.
No, but when the line was first revealed, I know you said that you were tired of trying to make things work for you.
Yeah,
That, as you just said, you didn't always feel like fashion was always working in your favor. Just
yeah.
what do you think that designers didn't understand about making plus size clothes themselves?
I just felt like the majority of designers that I was seeing, especially in like a mainstream space, if I was in a mall or something,
Yeah.
I could just tell that these were not the designers weren't plus size. I could just, it's just, there's just things you can see and you're like, okay, look, this is not authentic. Like this is not coming
Yeah.
from somebody who's plus size. They may have had a plus fit model, but this designer is not a plus size model because if so, they wouldn't have made it this way. And
Hmm.
so there were a lot of experiences like that where the color palettes were really bland, or the way that things were structured just didn't work for me, because I sometimes think if they think, well, there's jeans and they're in your size, you should be happy. And I think especially as a woman of color, I often feel like people think, well, you should just appreciate that you're in the room, but we
Mm.
don't want to hear what you have to say. And I often feel like that's the same with plus size. Like, well, we have your sizes, so you should just be happy. But it's more than that. It's like, okay,
Yeah.
well, why are these specific outfits stopping at a 10? Why are we not creating like sexy tops for women, who have sizes 12 and up? Like it just seemed like it was so limited. And
Yeah.
I was just tired of seeing that and was like, we need to come out with some items that women can feel good in and not feel like they're dressing like the grandmother.
Yeah. No one should be getting the bare minimum. You should be
Yeah,
getting full
yes. In
options.
relationships and fashion and work, all of that.
Yes, no limits.
Yeah.
And I know in the past you've had to even design your own award season dresses just because of the lack of
Yeah.
options. And even designers kind of like ghosting you when you were reaching out. Just,
Mhm.
did that spark kind of this
Yeah.
movement? Is that really when it really started for you?
Brian, you knew me when I was younger and I was more of a hothead and I would just, I'll just cuss you out and be mad at you and leave.
No.
But as I got older, I'm like, okay, this isn't resolving my issue. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, I can blast these designers, I can say how frustrated I am, but my issue still stands. So it was just ultimately like, okay, so what can I do about it? And that's really where the line came into vision. I decided like in December 2019 to do like this vision board. I was just kind of reevaluating my life in general. And, I was like, where, I want to move as far as like the house that I was living in. And there were things I just wanted to change. And on my vision board was, developing this fashion line. So I literally had dinner with my agent at this like random Greek restaurant. And we were having dinner. I was like, hey, I think I want to start a clothing line. And she was like, girl, what? And I was like, yeah, I think I want to start a clothing line. And so it was holiday season. And she was like, all right, well, look, I'll look into it when we get back into the office. And literally 2 days later, she called me and was like, listen, I don't know what you put into the universe, but I just got contacted by Reunited Clothing. And they're looking for someone to start a plus size line with, and they watch your show, they like you, and they want to know if you'd be interested. And it was just so crazy because it was like, as soon as I said to myself that I could do it, as opposed to, well, you don't have experience. Oh, this isn't something you should be doing. You work in TV. As soon as I said to myself, like, this is something I think I can do, it was almost like the universe answered me. And so I had the meetings with Reunited. We decided to partner, and then Reunited from there, kind of we developed like a shortened line. They took these designs to Macy's, and Macy's said, let's do it. And so it really was like just fate kind of participated in like this journey.
And now I know you don't half-ass anything. So I'm sure you dove, headfirst into, finding out how this stuff actually gets made, the textiles and everything. Just, what, I guess, from this process really surprised you the most when you were kind of picking things up?
It's so crazy because when you buy a clothes, you don't realize how much work goes into making it. You're just like, okay, somebody throws it together and that's it. And that's just so not what happens. It really was, I learned so much from Reunited because they have not only a design team, but they have a tech team. And this tech team is like their job is to make sure that everything is specifically, these to the inch of how you want it, and the inseams. And I learned so much about like the jargon, the fashion jargon, that I had no idea, what these things were called. And I'm just like, what is this? And I was a part of everything. So I would film Nightly Pop in the morning. I would come home and then I would get on because of COVID, everything had to be virtual. So all of our meetings were virtual, and I would get and be on Zooms for 2 to 3 hours a day. And I was a part of the design of every single item. Literally, this shirt has like words over it. I picked every single word on here. So hope, fearless, love, like queen. I put, that was mine. To the length of the dresses, to how the armholes fit, like every single part I was a part of from start to finish. They didn't have one fitting without me. It needed my approval to even go into production. So I've been working on this since January of 2020.
And I imagine when you're starting to try them on yourself, that has to be kind of emotional. Just what was that experience like when you do get a finished garment and you get to wear it?
Show you. So let me like give you like this. Like when I freaked out is when I saw this, and it's like says Nina Parker. This is probably when I lost it, Brian. This is like, I was like, what? I was trying to scratch it off to see like, if this was real. So probably seeing like my name on an item, because we were talking about like what to name it. And I was like, oh, so, we had a meeting and I was like, so what are we going to name this? And they were like, Nina Parker. And I was like, oh my God. So, they were like, no, we're naming it after you. Like, that's what the name should be, girl. Like, so I didn't fight that. And it's just been like,
as you shouldn't. And, since the announcement came out, there have obviously been a ton of people that are very excited for you. I know a lot of even like celebrity fans have been either wearing it or commenting on it. Just how has it been for you to see how excited everyone is?
It's so crazy. We haven't even sent out the gift bags yet. And but a couple of people were like, girl, you better, like, they who know me personally, like, come bring me a piece of your clothes. And so I've been like hustling little shirts and stuff. People like Lonnie Love and Kim Whitley, like, since we do our shows together, I was able to kind of, I literally was like, they were sending me samples. I was like, well, just take my samples so you can actually have it to wear. But it's really cool. I've had some like, I'm not going to name drop, but I've had some like A-list people like reach out to either reach out or respond to wanting to get some of the items. And I'm kind of freaked out about it, but I don't know how you probably will see on social media how I react, because I'm probably going to scream, but the fact that they want these items, or they want to wear my jeans, or they want, it just is like the biggest blessing.
Yeah. I'm wondering for you, does this kind of feel like like a Pretty Woman moment, like, big mistake, huge, to these designers that maybe didn't dress you before? You're like, well, look at this now.
I'm so grateful. And I think what I've learned is like, rejection is always protection. And there's those moments where it hurts and you feel a little, insecure, like, dang, like they don't feel that I'm important enough to dress, or, it hurts. But then I think if you're a go-getter and you're a doer, then you really just take that frustration and you turn it into something positive. And for me, I'm like, okay, yeah, this one designer dissed me personally, and now look how I'm able to bless all these women across the world. And so I'm so thankful for those no's, because it really is fueling to yeses in other ways.
And how have, I guess, your followers on social media, what have the reactions been like, and how has that made you feel?
Brian, these girls don't play. They like, people are trying to bribe me. This lady has a baby shower on the 8th. She's like, I need my clothes for the 8th. I'm like, ma'am, it does not drop until the 14th. I don't know you. I can't help you. She's like, you're going to get me some clothes early. So I'm getting a few threats. But it's been like, the response has been really great. What's been helping is I've been wearing the line and trying to style it on my Instagram, so women know, like, listen, it's my baby. So I'm like, girl, wear it this way. But ultimately, you wear it how you want to. But these are just ideas. And so I've really been trying to just style and wear things in a way that people will get excited about it. And it seems like they are. Under every caption, people are like, if I wear anything, Brian, they're like, is this from the collection? So
when can I have it? I need it now. And obviously I've known you for years, I knew you when, but how does it feel to be at a point in your career where you not only have, the power to call out issues in the industry, but to really make change yourself?
It's sometimes I do feel like I'm dreaming, and sometimes, especially as a Black woman, you feel like you're screaming into an empty room and nobody's paying attention or listening to you. And I felt like that over years. And now I feel like people are paying attention, and I don't want to abuse that in any way. Like, I really want to, pick and choose what I decide to talk about. But I know that if I am speaking up, it's important to me. It's important to people who look like me. It's important to my community. And I'm going to say something. And, I don't mince words. And that's just, it used to be something I would get in trouble for. But I think, ultimately now it's making people pay attention. And I hope that helps to continue to progress narratives for everybody who feels disenfranchised.
Yeah. And my last question for you, but have you noticed shifts in the clothing industry over the past couple of years, and where do you hope it does get to? What is the goal?
Of course, there's been shifts for sure.
Small ones, but
small ones. And this is the thing, like, I hate to say there's no cute plus brands, because there are brands that exist where you can find great clothes. The problem is it's just few and far between, or there's not, the price point is questionable, or it's only available online, or, there's so many, like, my girlfriends who are a size, 4 don't have that issue. They're just like, they can go into any store and find something that looks good on them. They can wear cheap materials and it looks good on them. I can't do that. Like, I can't, not with these breasts. I can't wear a little tank top that's $5 and it looks expensive. That's just not gonna work. So, there's still strides, in fast fashion. A lot of times the clothes that you buy that are plus don't last. So you get it, you wear it once to a party, and then it's like, once you wash it, it's done. So my clothes are, not only affordable, they start at $39, but it's something like the color palette. I make sure that, like, the bodysuit you could wear with the sequin jumper, the skirt you can wear 4 different ways. The zipper can go on the side, the middle, or the back. Like, you can go to mid-thigh. So it's been really important for me to, like, have these items be able to be worn multiple ways. Like, even the shirt I'm wearing now, it goes to the ground, but you can tie it in a bow. You can wear it straight. You can wear it with jeans. You can wear it with shorts. Like, I want it to be something versatile for women, so that they're like, okay, I have like 15 things that can go with this, but also within the collection, I can match it 5 different ways.
Well, I can't wait to see the Nina Parker tags everywhere. I'm so excited for you. I can't wait for this to launch. And like I said, congrats again. I'm so proud of you.
Thank you so much. I appreciate you so much.
All right. Well, enjoy the rest of your press day, Nina.
Thank you. And thank you so much for making the time. I appreciate you.
Of course. Thanks for thinking of us.
Well, I'll see you on Twitter later, boo.
Yes. Bye.
Bye.